still regarded as one of London's finest barristers. I shouldn't worry over much about a new scandal causing you any great difficulty." "I'm not going to be involved in any scandals. I'm done with such things." "Done with scandals?" Leo gave a dismissive laugh. "But you're a Byron. It's what we do. Are you quite sure you're my brother? Here, let me check to make sure you haven't been replaced by a changeling in the night." Before Lawrence could stop him, Leo reached out and pried one of Lawrence's eyelids wider apart, as if he was searching for signs of demonic possession. Irritated, Lawrence batted his twin's hand away. "Stop that! You're acting like an arse." Leo snickered unrepentantly. "Who is acting like an arse?" asked a lilting female voice. Lawrence turned his gaze toward the stairs and the beautiful dark-haired woman descending from the landing above. The sapphire silk skirts of her evening gown whispered softly with each graceful step she took. As Lawrence watched, his brother's eyes brightened with unconcealed love and pleasure. Lawrence was forgotten as Leo moved forward to take his wife's hand and draw it to his lips. Thalia smiled back with a warm intensity that was almost too intimate to witness. No one looking at them could doubt the abiding depth of their devotion. Certainly not Lawrence, who knew firsthand the trials they'd faced in order to be together, and how nothing short of death would ever be able to part them again. Lawrence averted his gaze in order to give them a few moments of privacy. On the occasions when Leo and Thalia came to London, they all lived here together in the spacious townhouse on Cavendish Square. Even so, that didn't mean he liked playing the voyeur. Besides, it was strange sometimes, seeing a man who looked exactly like himself, exchanging amorous glances and more with a woman who was as near a sister to him as one of his own. Leo whispered something into Thalia's ear, and she laughed before swatting his chest with a playful hand. He dropped a brief, though thoroughly passionate kiss on her mouth before the two of them came back to their less than solitary surroundings and turned again toward Lawrence. "So, which of you is the arse? Or need I ask, Leo, my love?" Theo said, a smile still dancing on her lips. "Why, Lawrence, of course," Leo declared with a mischievous wink. "Says he's going to some deadly dull legal dinner tonight. Maybe you can convince him to change his mind." Thalia shook her head. "Since I know he's every inch as stubborn as you, I won't bother trying. Although it would be lovely to have you join us, Lawrence. Charles Main Young is performing at Covent Garden this evening and is sure to be excellent." "Much as I would enjoy accompanying you, I have important business tonight that cannot wait," Lawrence replied. "I'm surprised some of our other siblings aren't coming along with you to make a party of it. Esme and Northcote are still at 10 Elms with little Kyle, and Cade and Meg won't come south from Northumberland until next month, but nearly everyone else is here for the season, including some of the cousins. I suspect at least a few of them could be talked into a night of theatrical entertainment."
"Actually, we begged off our invitation to the Packham soiree, to which I know Edward and Claire and Mallory and Adam are promised," Thalia volunteered, referring to more Byron's siblings and their spouses. "Leo and I are having dinner here, and then joining my friend Matilda Cathcart and her husband at the theatre afterward."
"Drake and Sebastian said they might join us," Leo added. "But Drake is working on some new experiment, so I wouldn't lay odds on them showing up." "Nor I," Lawrence smiled, thinking of his brilliant but absent-minded older brother and his clever and infinitely patient wife.
"Maybe we shall see you tomorrow night, then, or the next," Thalia ventured.
Lawrence shook his head. "I'll still be preparing for a case. Then, later this week, I have dinner scheduled with Justice Lord Templeston at his house in Kew."
Leo frowned.
"Baron Templeston, you mean? Phoebe Templeston's father?" "Yes, the very same," he answered, a note of challenge in his voice.
Lawrence was quite familiar with his twin's thoughts on the subject of Phoebe Templeston and Lawrence's recent attentions toward her. After being introduced to the pretty blonde at the start of the season, he'd danced with her at various balls and taken her driving once in the park. He knew rumours were